So I'm here at the start of another great, oh God, day in Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi. As you can tell, it rained last night. Actually, it rained this morning. It rained hard this morning. And all that storm front just passed. So, oh, this is going to be interesting. So I have to kind of burrow through it. So some of it's light, some of it's hard. But it should only be at most an hour before I punch through it. And then I'm in front of it, and hopefully, because I can't stay here, because the weather report says there's like more storms coming in. And that little break, and then boom, bigger ones are coming in. So I gotta get going. I gotta kind of just suffer with the rain. I got all the rain gear on, suffer with the rain, get through it, punch through it, get on the road, and hopefully it opens up in like, I want to say an hour the worst. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I just get up earlier so I would be out ahead of the storm? Well, because the storm was supposed to come through at, the time, like a little later after the time I was leaving. Unfortunately, it picked up steam, I guess, overnight and then passed through. Oh well, just chalk that up to the meteorologist being dead nuts on. But going through some of these storms, especially in the south, they can go from drizzle to just absolutely pouring. Normally I wouldn't ride through weather like that, except just because of what was coming. So just buckle down, pour through it, and actually, you learn when it's raining that hard, thank God you have the armor on. So not only are you waterproof, because the rain hits you so hard when you're going over like 40 miles per hour that it hurts. So that was important, but I was able to get in front of it, and it slowly lightened up. And I went to kind of the south of Montgomery, Alabama. And Montgomery, Alabama, I've been around in there, and it's very straight Alabama, very straight. All the roads are pretty straight. It's just kind of a continuation of Mississippi. It's it can be a little fun with the dips or whatnot, but mostly everything just kind of like right straight, and that's just kind of how it rolls. So I'm in kind of the back country of Alabama, stopping mainly to put on my sunglasses. Logging. Other. And I'm hoping to try and catch a, because in the south you have this, especially southern Georgia and Alabama, you're going into these like two lanes, kind of like in the middle of the real back country. And you can see Clinton County peaches. You see these places, I mean, they just seem to pop up out of nowhere, where they sell like produce, fresh produce. They're actually really, really good. I don't really have space for them
and if I was going to be visiting someone later today, I probably would stop and buy some peaches or something like that. But one of the things that I kind of want to try and catch, and I've seen a couple of them, but they're hard to find, are these just houses that come out of nowhere. So you're going along and it's just two lanes, real tight with trees and whatnot. Then all of a sudden you see kind of like a dirt road off to the side. And right at the dirt road there's a gate. And you look through and there'll be this opulent house just off in the distance through the gate. Which, you know, someone like wealthy or whatnot, it just, they seem to define, they don't want you to know exactly where it is. It's really weird, and hopefully I can find one that's actually like kind of viewable and that I'm not like racing by and you're like, ah, damn, that was one. Because I just hate to turn around, especially on these roads, because sometimes they don't give you a whole lot of viewing, so it's not the best places to like be stopping and turning around with. But anywho, yeah, Alabama's kind of straight. You know, they got the nice forests, but they don't like twist through them. So you know, you put up with what you can. Maybe I'll get one peach.
Okay, they did have a peach, and I just took some time and ate it, and it was good. You know, a lot of those places, those little farmer markets, you can just sit there and get yourself a little peach, or or any other things. The other thing is you're kind of getting into like pecan area. You know, they sell a whole bunch of fruit in this area, so it's worthwhile to get it. But I was ported to another place just east. Signs started popping up for Tuskegee. Now, of course, I, again, didn't stop in Montgomery, Alabama, but a little east of Montgomery, Alabama, there's another place that's a little bit different, but it's still kind of historic. Again, I was in Montgomery about a year ago. So this is Tuskegee. And for those who don't know what Tuskegee is, it's actually kind of famous. For one, this is Tuskegee University, and this is where a couple things happened. First, apparently, Booker T. Washington lived here. George Washington Carver Museum. Okay, and this is also the site of the Tuskegee Airmen. Now, the Tuskegee Airmen were the first black fighter division in World War II. So let's see if they've got anything worthwhile to actually come and look at. Okay. So I've looked around, and to my unfortunate chagrin, it's pretty much mostly about George Washington Carver. Not a whole lot on the Tuskegee Airmen. Kind of want to see a little bit more of those. The house is just an old house. I mean, I hate to say it, it's like a turn-of-the-century house. And a lot of the stuff that was like his, not even really there anymore. It's just an old house. And the museum is just a museum, and it kind of talks more about the founding and that kind of stuff about the college. Not my cup of tea. I was hoping for more on the Tuskegee Airmen.
My fault. But, oh well. Has a lot on George Washington's Carver's life and a lot of the stuff he did.
As I was leaving town, because I spent a little time in Tuskegee, as I was leaving town, I did see signs for the Tuskegee Airmen Museum, and I did visit it. I got a whole bunch of footage that I'll put up later. It is not easy to find and is not well marked. I don't understand why, but maybe if you're coming from the highway and not kind of on the off roads, because it was I almost didn't see it. I just happened to look back and see a sign pointed for it, and it was worthwhile. And I came in and started just dodging a few more rain clouds because it was just coming up from the south, just coming at me again. But I was able to make it to my next destination, and it was worth it, and it was fun. And luckily I didn't have that bad a day.